Hi there. You're really staring at me, buddy. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. It's everybody's favorite game, Fnaf 2. Phone guy, you good?
Hello?
Nice.
Hello? By now I'm sure you've noticed the older models sitting in the back room.
Have I?
Those are from the previous location.
Yeah, ooh, Freddy's looking at me.
The idea at first was to repair them. They even started retrofitting them with some of the newer technology characters. Did you ever see Foxy the Pirate? Oh wait, Foxy. Don't forget the music box. I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking, and it can go anywhere. I don't think the Freddy mask will fool it, so just don't forget the music box. Anyway,
hi,
I'm sure
Bonnie.
it won't be a problem. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Balloon boy, I heard that. You're over there. Alright, phone guy. Phone guy, you really don't like the puppet, and there has to be lore behind it. Same with you liking Foxy. This guy, there's something. There's something there. I find it hard to believe that this is the Freddy mask that we put on in Fnaf 2. I'm pretty sure it's an entire... He says it's a spare Freddy head. Hey, man. Doesn't he, like, run off? Yeah. Sometimes I love Balloon Boy. Sometimes I absolutely hate him and want to drop kick him. This is so easy, because you can do the music box and do the lights, and it completely breaks the game. I hear no. Hi, Foxy. Bye, Whoa, I wish it was that easy in the real Fnaf 2. Hey, man. You good? You cool, Freddy? I like how Freddy isn't confused that there's two Freddys. It's like the 5 a.m. at Freddy's pre-sequel, and he's like, well, there can't be two Freddys, and then Freddy walks in and he's like, I'm pretty sure that's Freddy. That's how I imagine it working. They're all talking to each other, and Foxy's like the only one with common sense. He's like, what do you mean? This can't be Freddy. And then Freddy walks in and is like, no, I'm pretty sure that's me. Oh, look, I did it. Easy peasy, bro. Yep, I'm trying.
Hello? Okay, well anyway, hang in there and I'll talk with you tomorrow.
Of course, Mr. Phone Guy. There's something with you and Foxy, man. You know more than you're letting on. We haven't... People are dismissing you too easily. I mean, you're Mr. Phone Guy. You're in Ultimate Custom Night. For some reason. I mean, it's probably just as a meme, but you have to have meaning if you're an Ultimate Custom Night, because that's William. So, like, it has to have some meaning. A little. I don't think it and him in Fnaf 4 is anything. I think that's just they wanted spooky audio. But him in Ultimate Custom Night has got to be something. Just like how there's two versions of Springtrap in Ultimate Custom Night. Like, what's that about? You're playing as William, and you have to go against Springtrap and Scraptrap. They just call him Afton. I don't even know if his name is Scraptrap. They just call him Afton, which is weird. I don't understand that, but whatever. And it's like, why? I don't know. Why do you go up against William? Because I'm not stupid, so I know one of the main reasons why you might think that like Springtrap's there, but it's not, because for that to be the case, like, well, here, I'll tell you. So most people think, right, that the reason you're seeing, Springtrap and Afton, Scraptrap, whatever you want to call it, is because it's like he's it's him. He's seeing the monster he's become, right? But for that to be true, William would have to regret what he's done, and he doesn't. Like, he very much is okay with who he's become. He's actually, in the books, he is like, he feels changed by it. Like, he's a better person now. He feels like he has achieved some better status. So I don't think like it doesn't make sense for him to be going up against Springtrap if he doesn't actually regret his decision. You know, it wouldn't make sense. That's not really a punishment because he sees it as a good thing. I mean, you know, he obviously didn't want to die or not die. He didn't want to get Springtrapped, but like he doesn't see it as a loss. You know, it was like mission failed successfully. Like now he kind of has immortal life, but at the cost of being stuck in a suit. But like it kind of worked out for him. So it doesn't make sense for him to be going up against himself in Ultimate Custom Night. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense for me. And then why have him twice? And then also, why is Scraptrap called Afton? Is his name not Scraptrap? Like, why have both? I don't get it. Obviously, the non-story logical way to look at it is Springtrap is a very iconic character, and Scraptrap was in the game that was like the DLC of, so obviously they would have him there. Just like how they have every single Rockstar animatronic, even though who cares about the Rockstars? Just because that was their game. Which I understand that. And the fact that Ultimate Custom Night wasn't supposed to have any lore significance, but then it did, so... Oh, you can see him without the light. That's creepy. So I understand that. But I don't know. It's like, why have him twice? And then also, why have him just be named Afton? It's so weird. And then why doesn't Springtrap have voice? Oh, I did it. Why doesn't Springtrap have voice lines, but Afton does? Yep.
Oh, there. Anyway, hang tight. We'll all pass. Good night.
So they're just more agitated because people are dying. Understandable. Anyway, I've been playing a lot of Ultimate Custom Night, obviously. I have some questions. But also, they kind of don't matter now that the game's been rebooted. And, you know, anything that came before Help Wanted really doesn't matter that much at this point. At this point, the way I see it, the first 6 games are a lot like or 7 if you want to count Fnaf, are a lot like the books are now. They're not quite completely canon, but they're like, you know, you're using this as a reference point. Because I mean, the game's, it's been, in a way, rebooted. I mean, maybe it's still a continuation, but Matt Pat was like, this is a reboot. Which, I don't know. I think they're just relying a little too much on, oh, Mangle! I thought, oh my god, okay, I've never seen that happen before. That was a cool animation. I think that he was just looking at it a little too much, like making. Okay, that worked out. Can I take this off? He was using the first 6 games too much when he was trying to solve security breach, like way too much, and he was like expecting everything to try and fit perfectly, but like this is it just doesn't. And I know it's a sucky conclusion to make, but it's true. Like Steel Wool just did not. They broke some rules, and if we try and find some crazy conclusion that fits it all together, it's not going to be the correct one. Like at this point, we're thinking too much about it. Like Steel Wool just didn't know what they were doing, and we're gonna have to accept that. It wasn't like some master plan that they intended to make the game stupid and not have any good story and also be buggy and not actually feature any of the main characters it was supposed to feature. You know, that wasn't planned. So we can't assume that there's some explanation that solves everything, because there just isn't. That's not how it was supposed to go down. I think the only reason that Ruin is coming out and supposedly free, I don't know. The only reason they're doing that is to clear up the mistake of Security Breach. Let's be honest, that game sucked. Like, really bad. Really sucky. Like, I very much dislike playing that game. It's just boring. It's not scary. It's not that fun. It's just like, I don't even know what genre you could put it under. It's not really a horror game. I guess it's like an adventure game, but also not really. You could say it's not. You can't call it survival horror because that would mean that you'd have to like manage resources, which you don't have to. Take the mask off. Holy crap! Foxy's gonna freaking kill me now because of that. Yeah, it's not necessarily survival horror. It's not normal horror. It's not that much adventure. There's a paper in there.
Hi.
Hi, Balloon Boy. Like, I don't know what you could call that. It's not really a puzzle game. And we did it. Yeah, I don't know about security breach. I don't get the point of the tint. It's cool and all, but
Oh, hey, good job, nice 5. I think the name of the place was Red Bear's Family Diner or something like that. Good night.
Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Literally. Alright, hold on. So, hi, Balloon Boy. I was just, well, not just, but a while ago, I was watching the MatPat encyclopedia nonsense, and the whole thing with Michael not being there because he might not be in Afton and this and that. But I was mainly thinking about the fact that Henry, his name's just Henry, and it's not Henry Emily. But then Charlotte's name is Charlotte Emily, which is weird that they kind of prefaced that her name was Charlotte Emily, but not Henry. That, you know, and they point out the fact that in the books his name is Henry Emily, but not in the actual games, which I don't understand the point of that as to why that's a thing that's happening. I don't get it. But then MatPat pointed out something that I also figured out like 2 seconds before he said it, which is that in the book William and Henry look very, very similar. And then he was just kind of spitballing. He was like, what if they were brothers? And I was like, you know what, that's an idea. And I was like, so what if they were brothers, right? That would mean his name's Henry Afton, which is why they don't put his name there. And the reason that Charlotte's name is Charlotte Emily is that was probably his wife's name, because, you know, the wife breaks up with him or something, and usually, as it tends to, the kids go with their mothers just because, you know, it's their mom. So, you know, that could maybe make a sense. Maybe they were already, like, on the outs before Charlie actually died. Because remember, her name's only Charlotte Emily, like, as the books. They only show her really in the books.
Hello.
It's just weird that they specifically had Henry as just Henry, and then also pointed out that his name is Henry Emily in the books, but not anywhere else. Anyway, if he's Henry Afton, right, that means that his brother is William, which also means that, the whole Michael thing, if Michael isn't William's son, which, I mean, isn't that crazy? It doesn't, I don't know. It's an idea. It doesn't really mean much, but it's an idea. For that to be the case, and remember that Michael looks like William, and you might think, well, if he's not his son, how would he look like him? Well, if if William and Henry look alike, and Michael is Henry's son, then he could very well also look like William. And my $1 million idea, which is very stupid, but is an idea, is that in the novels, Charlie has a brother named Sammy. I think she does. I don't know if she's making him up or if it's an actual character, but they never really get explained, just the fact that Charlie was the one who got taken and not Sammy, but I don't know if Sammy actually existed or not. But yeah, so she has this brother that's just kind of floating around there that nobody, you know, has no game counterpart. You're supposed to be the same age, but once again, the books, not everything's, you know, literal in the books and all that. So I was like, you know, what if Sammy is like, I don't, like, this isn't what I believe. I'm just trying to come up with something to fit that. If Sammy were Michael, then he would go to William, because that's Henry's brother. And that would kind of work out. And it would, I don't know, and then that would, you know, I could be Michael. Or, could be Crying Child. Because I always assumed that Crying Child and Charlie were kind of like the same age. But I don't know. that one's shaky. It's just a thought. It's not an actual theory that I have. If it is true, that'd be insanity, but I hope it isn't. Alright, Wizards next.
Core gameplay elements, and
course.
avoid anything that could potentially be considered a glitch, mistake, or embedded message from unauthorized personnel.
I wonder why they would put that in there. Like they knew something was wrong, and they're telling you to ignore it, which is the right thing to do. You're supposed to be ignoring it, but Tape Girl's stupid. But they know. So like they knowingly did this, knew something was wrong, and instead of actually fixing it, they were just like, nah, just make sure you don't do anything sketchy. I think we should just go for it. I don't know how this works. I assume it's just the same, but now there's withered animatronics instead? It's just darker red. I've never played this before, this level.
Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while.
Ooh, Bonnie.
Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one.
Yellow
Someone
one?
used it. Now none of them are acting right. Listen,
Whoa.
just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. We have one more event scheduled for tomorrow, a birthday. You'll be on day shift. Wear your uniform, stay close to the animatronics, and make sure they don't hurt anyone, okay? For now, just make it through the night. When the place eventually opens again, I'll probably take the night shift myself. Okay, good night, and good luck.
Okay, yeah. Hold on, lore? Yeah. So, okay, I'm right. So, yeah, Phone Guy is actually calling you in real time, unlike Fnaf 1 where they're pre-recorded. He is calling you in real time, that's what I thought. He sounds so nervous, because he knows what's going on.
Hi.
If he knows that they're possessed or not, not sure, but he definitely knows that William is killing people. And Phone Guy is like, either being like, oh my god, grab it, god dang it. My left hand doesn't work, so that's fun. I'll turn that on. Just any more light that I can get. Right, so Phone Guy knows what's going down. Of course he does. He's Phone Guy. He's the all-knowing, absolute, just unit of a human being. Well, he dies, maybe, possibly. Might not actually be dead, who knows. So, he knows what's going on, obviously. The fact that he said, oh, that's what I was on, Fredbear's. So pretty much, the fact that he said, yellow suit, he knows what's going on. He sounds very nervous, even though he's assuring us that nothing's going wrong. He absolutely knows that something's going wrong and what happened. Also, yeah, he's calling us live. Really disappointed that we're here. Why we are here, I have zero clue, because we're not Michael Lapton, we're Jeremy Fitzgerald, and he has no obligation to actually be here. So maybe he literally just didn't get the memo. Just kill me. Yeah, I don't know why I tried to grab with my left hand. It's just my reaction, but my left hand doesn't work. So, yeah, that's cool. All right, take 3. So, if I'm just gonna have to go against every instinct in my body and reach across with my right hand to grab the mask. Anyway, Fredbear's. They said it closed down years ago. And considering it's 1987, technically years ago would just mean more than 2, so 85. But let's say that when he's saying years ago, he means a while back. We know it was opened in 83, so it closed between 83 and 87. Probably when the bite actually happened, it probably closed down, I would assume. And the fact that they said they're contacting the original owner, right? So. Fredbear's and Fazbear, it's same thing, right? Henry, Freddy. I love Wizard Freddy. He's my favorite animatronic. I kind of just realized that now. I just came to that conclusion. So, Henry owned this, or he was the original owner, but he might not actually own this establishment. Because they said they have to chase him down and that they probably won't be able to contact him, which you think, Henry, probably a very active part of his business, but I guess not. He should be an active part of his business. It's his business. right? You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't even realize that the toy animatronics were out. Hand, can you stop freaking out? Yeah, so, oh no. God, my hand. All right. So, yeah, Henry isn't here, which is strange, and the fact that they aren't able to... How are they... Okay, he just replaced Wizard. Got it. The fact that Henry isn't here, strange. Because they're inside of each other. Great. Henry should, by all means, be here. Or at least, you know, especially if William's killing people, you know, Henry should be very aware of that, but isn't for some reason. That's cool. I don't know why. I don't know what the... Hi, Bonnie. I don't know what the reasoning for that would be. He should, by all means, be here. So that means that after Fredbear's closed, he probably wasn't a part of it anymore. Or, like, probably after Charlie died, let's be honest. And this is a new and improved location, which means that this is the second one, the first one being the 85-ish location, probably more like 84 or 83 because they were probably open simultaneously. So, yeah, there's that. So Henry's just gone. Alright, I know I put it on hard mode, but this is kind of ridiculous. Work lights. Hand, stop freaking out! Everything's so finicky because it's VR, so like if you barely move, the button stops pushing down, and VR buttons are not fun. So, yeah, Henry isn't here, which is strange. Also, how do you not know that William is also like one of the main guys? He's William. Unless he isn't, at this point, if he got kicked out after 1985 at the old location, maybe. Right? Maybe that's how that works? Oh my god. Can we hurry this along, please? I wonder why you're allowed to use your hands. I bet it's so you can do this, because usually when you put the mask on, your hands disappear. Yeah, so William kind of went undercover, and, you know. And he was a day shift employee, obviously, because the kids are during the day. So that would make sense. And then he gets fired for, you know, being a suspect. Not for actually doing it. Hi, Freddy. Not for actually doing anything, but just because it's Fazbear, and, you know, they're sketchy, so they just want anything that has to do with bad PR away from them. So they fire William. We get promoted. We get bit. Then Michael's like, yo, I'm here to do something. I'm pretty sure Michael's already scooped by this point. I'm not sure about that. MatPat isn't sure either about when Elizabeth gets scooped. That's an interesting question. So yeah, so Henry isn't here. Also, the fact that, like, why the spring-lock suits even be here? Because... God dang it! The puppet's gonna get me, Mangle! Screw you! Or Foxy. I'm trying. That was scary. I didn't realize I was on the wrong camera. Yes! Jeez, that was actually pretty easy, all things considered, but annoying. Because my hand is messed up. Alright, that was a lot of...
Are you having fun yet? That's great to hear.
Oh, yeah, it is great to hear. That was a lot of theorizing I just did. I don't think I actually finished. I don't know if I finished this theory. I don't remember what I was talking about. Just the fact that Henry isn't there for some reason, and the fact that they don't know who he is, even though Phone Guy has been with the company since pretty much the beginning, so he should know about Henry and William. How does he not know that they're working there? No clue. Unless Phone Guy... I mean, how does Phone Guy not know? He doesn't know about Fredbear's either. But he's working there in 87, probably working there by 85. And he keeps getting demoted every time, which is weird, because he sounds like he's corporate in FNAF 3, and now he sounds like he's probably like the manager or something, or like, you know, somewhere there. And then by FNAF 1, he's just a lowly security guard, so something's going on that he just keeps getting demoted. Probably to keep a better eye on the animatronics. Or... he's like, I don't know, he screws up somehow. by doing something. I don't know, maybe he's like an accomplice. But he sounds pretty scared about the whole yellow suit. I don't know. Weird stuff going on. Alright, where's Mr. Glitch Trap? He needs to wave us goodbye. Bye-bye, Mr. Glitch Trap.